Let me get mic off. Okay, check mic. Yep.
Check, check.
Check, check.
Check, check.
Check. Checkity check.
Checkity check.
Come to our site.
Digital content new fronts.
We're back at the digital content new front. Hello and thank you.
Okay, we're on. Okay, welcome back to the digital content new fronts. And once again, we are Jen and Barb from Jen and Barb Mom Life.
Come check us out, jenandbarb.com.
Exactly. He's saying that. So we have been enjoying, I don't know about you, but I actually thought that was so interesting how all of these people from traditional media are coming to new media.
Well, first, I'm amazed at like the star power. Like,
I know,
wow.
I know.
I mean, can they just keep their own side? Now they're trying to get in on our space.
Exactly. Oh my God. You know what
Stick
it is?
with the TV,
no,
guys.
you know
Leave
what
us.
it is?
Leave us for
no,
web.
wait, I'll tell you what it is. It's like when movie stars all of a sudden realized television was okay, and all these television people got kicked out.
Right.
So now all these television people are coming to the web.
Models too, they're
are
out.
we out?
It's like movie stars on magazines, television people on magazines, the models are out, now they're coming after our job.
Terry Hatcher's taking over the mom space. What? All right, well, anyway, we are having a really good time, and actually it's really informative, and we are very excited to bring on Dani Klein-Modisette, who was here earlier with her Afterbirth series.
And she is a very, very good mommy friend to us. She has been on our show a couple times. Oh, here she is.
Here she is, hi.
Looking as fabulous as always. Get in the middle.
Oh, hi.
We're talking about how great you are.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, so how do you think your pitch went, Dani?
We had a little PowerPoint glitch, but I think other than that, we got the point across. Which
This is a tough crowd.
It's a tough crowd. It's it's a little bit Hollywood without Hollywood.
Right.
A little understated. Nobody guffawing, except me. But what we wanted to say was that it's a parenting show, and so I feel like we got that across. And
Well, clearly, I think one major theme today is that parenthood seems to be, and mothers are seem to be a very, very, very big part of this space.
We're out in a force.
Exactly.
We're not out. That's the case. Maybe we're all in, so we're available for the web. That's the point. You know what I mean? Like we're such a tappable resource for audience because
That's where we are.
Yeah.
Who watches TV anymore? I know I don't. I got 5 minutes a day.
Right.
Nobody does.
Exactly.
So, okay, have you learned anything today?
Oh my gosh, I totally have about the commitment to storytelling and brand integration, which I was primarily an artist myself, I didn't really know about the whole possibility of integrating the two organically so that it doesn't feel like, hey, look at us, now we'll stop and do a separate whole thing.
Right.
A commercial. This is more about weaving it into.
And being authentic. I think that's the key word that we're coming through. I know Jen and I, in our first season, we got the opportunity to work with Kraft and some other really large brands, and really matching your content to what the brand messaging is.
Right.
And getting that match.
It's a fine line. I think that it's a really fine line because you don't want to be a commercial, but yet, the brands. You need the brands to have your show
to tell your story.
Well, I think it's all about partnership.
Yeah.
You got to find the right partner that has the vision of your show, and you guys can move together forward.
I know, but the interesting thing is, it's not like we don't use these products. You know, they're not selling. You're not selling something that you don't actually use. So it really is about the nuances and the artistry of weaving the brand into what it is you already do anyway, and maybe just identifying the actual brand, but it's products that we all use. So.
Well, I think it's sort of like my husband says that his parents were like, honey, you don't have to marry somebody rich, but why don't you just hang out with them and see, and see if you like them? It's sort of like, we.
Okay, where are you going with this?
Where I'm going with that is that you need a partner who has money. You need the advertisers, right?
Well, I think that's the $1 million question, kind of, as we go to all these. I came to the Digital New Fronts last year, is all this content is fantastic, but who's making money at it?
Right.
And
that's the next piece, of course.
That's the next piece, and that requires the partnership with the brand. And Jen and I have been so fortunate to have the partners that we do, because they have been fantastic.
Jen's very fortunate with her husband.
Exactly.
That she found.
I'm not.
No, I didn't find that husband, but he's doing very well. Okay, so Dani, what is going?
Afterbirth, that's the name. We haven't said
So let's talk
right?
about you pitched the series, but everybody can still go out and get your book. Let's talk about the book.
The book is available on Amazon to put on your Kindle, which I mentioned earlier. It's Afterbirth Stories You Won't Read in a Parenting Magazine, and it's a live performance show that then became a book that now we want to take to the web so that people don't have to pay a babysitter, so they can be entertained in their home in that American Idol exciting way without the music or the voting. Just
now,
funny
if they
stories.
do want to, are you still going to be touring with the show?
Yes. So you just have to go to the website and find out where we are. Our
Because
next-
I have to tell you, it's a good mom's night out, and it's great for husbands, super informative. You got to go see the show.
So
It's,
why don't you tell
amazing.
everybody the website?
Oh, the website is www.afterbirthstories.com, and the next show is in Los Angeles on June 26th.
And you can also see Dani at jenandbarb.com. She is our celebrity mom makeover. She
Yes.
looks amazing.
Yes, I'm the makeover
And
chick, and
she
the
is-
chopper and dicer in an upcoming episode.
Yeah, in an
Actually, in
upcoming
our current episode is Cook Club, the new book club. Dani was the star pupil to Lulu Powers.
Yeah, she really upstaged Jen and I. It's a little embarrassing.
Yes, well, I have hidden skills.
Well, Dani, I honestly hope that, that you have a bigger canvas to do your art on, because I think you're incredibly talented, and I think that a lot of people could find a lot of joy, and a lot of what we love to do is that you're not alone, and a lot of the stories that you share in Afterbirth make people feel like they laugh because they go, oh my God, it's not just me.
Plus, women, we all got to stick together. Support. That's what we're talking about.
Well, thank you, Dani.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Jen and Barb.
Thank you. We'll see you back in LA.
She actually knows our names because she knows us personally.
That's right. All right.
Thank you. All right.
Bye. Who?
Well, this is going to be very interesting. So our next guest is actually coming from a different side. She's coming from the branding
is.
side, from Walgreens.
Come on,
in.
Christine.
Yes.
Come on over.
Hi, I am Jen, and this is Barb.
Nice to meet
and
you,
why don't you
Christine.
tell us who you are and what you are doing here?
I'm Kristen Cubistall. I am the media director at the Walgreen Company.
Wow, so is everybody hitting you up with a pitch? Are you getting more
Not
ideas?
too bad, but getting some good ideas. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we could always use more sponsors ourselves.
Exactly.
So, I'm not joking.
Should we just go into pitch mode right now?
Yeah. You're
Tell
on
us
camera.
though, like, what are you're hearing pitches? What is Walgreens looking for? Like, you guys could be a real powerhouse in this space to really get a web series going.
Yep.
What are you looking for?
Health content, health
content.
topics, content for women, content to help people live better lives. We've seen a lot of interesting things today. Talked to a couple people, and I think there's some really good ideas percolating.
Now, is getting the sort of dollar bills towards the web harder to convince, in a company like Walgreens, where traditional media has, obviously been the place that the dollar bills are going? What's it like sort of internally at a company to figure out, is it worth putting money on the web, or how do we allocate that money?
It's not actually that difficult at Walgreens, and we have a little win under our belt. We worked with DECA. So Michael Wayne, who was one of the panelists,
Right.
We are the sponsor on Parents Ask. So we are, very heavily present on Parents Ask, and we're thrilled with it. And that was a huge step for Walgreens that I'm very proud of. We got that done, but it's great. We have our experts on there doing videos, and a year ago, met them here, and that's how the whole thing got started.
Oh, that's great. That easy.
And how do you get most of your pitches? Like, I know for people out there who are watching and they may have ideas, where do most of your pitches come from?
From the vendors, from whoever is here. A couple people have just kind of stopped me in the hall and said, "Hey,
Does your ad agency present ideas to you guys?
they do. Digitas is our ad agency, and so they're obviously the ones that bring us along. And so met a couple others today that we're going to pursue after this. I got to find the next big idea, so to speak, and continuing to work with Parents Ask and DECA too.
And I think the key is for a lot of people, especially people out there who are creators, is understanding that brands, you have to really, I think somebody said on the panel, maybe it was Terry Hatcher, said about the messaging of the brands and knowing what those messages are, that is really important, because I know with us, with Kraft and Johnson & Johnson, SC Johnson and Verizon and all these amazing companies we've worked with, a lot of what we're doing is going, well, that's their messaging, and what episode of our show creatively that we really want to do can sort of fit with that. So I think that's really key.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the gentleman from Kraft said it's real important to sit down with the individual vendors and sellers and have a conversation. And we did that. We've done that twice now, like I said, with DECA. I've been out to Santa Monica twice to see them and really let them get in under the tent, so to speak,
Right,
with Walgreens,
100%.
so that they can understand what our core brand essence is, who we're trying to talk to, what our goals are. And it's not that we're trying to cut the agency out, not at all. It's just when you have that face-to-face meeting with the sellers, with the providers, they really get it, and they're able to develop much more rich content for you.
And is there a way to track, I know like in television you kind of have the Nielsen, and I know there's certain tracking for how many views people get, but is there any way to track, like if there's, if you guys have a show that you're sponsoring, are there dollar bills coming back to Walgreens? Like, is that trackable?
No, but we track engagement metrics in the online space, which is really important to us. People interacting with our brand at this point is something that we really care about. Much more, not much more than dollars, but it's as important as dollars, because hopefully the dollars will follow.
Yeah, I think it's a trickle effect.
Yeah.
You're going to see it one way or the other. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We are on to the next person.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was really nice to get the brand perspective. I really appreciate
Hopefully
it. Thank you very
you're not
much.
getting accosted too much by a bunch
No,
of
no,
people
not
who
at
need a
all.
sponsor.
Not at all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God.
It's the host.
Oh, it's cool, Mom. It's cool, Mom.
Yeah.
Okay, how goes it?
Tough audience, man.
Wait, where's the camera?
Camera's back there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, we're just like talking to the abyss.
I have done so much harder. I mean, I have, played synagogues where I'm starting making jokes about eating shellfish. I mean, this is nothing. This is nothing compared to, to the first night I performed in Vegas, and after the 8 o'clock show, I was going, swear word, swear word, swear word. I'm so swear word, swear word, swear word, and then had to rewrite my act for the 11 o'clock show, and then rewrite it again the next day. So it's fine.
Well, okay, so I know that you're mostly backstage, kind of waiting to come on. Have you had any insight from this conference today, just for your site and for sponsorship and things like that? Is there anything?
Well, yeah, let me see. I think so. You know what? It's been really good. It's just, and you know how it is. When you're talent, you just are trying to understand the business, think about it more like a business, and I think it helps with that. I have had some discussions, possible things, but it's all room love until somebody writes a check. But that's cool, and everybody's been really nice. My big moment of the day was when I came off stage and I saw that Lisa Kudrow was laughing at one of my jokes. That's kind of, I had to
That's
tweet
real
about
validation
that.
right there, because she's very funny.
She's very funny, yeah, so that made me feel good.
Now, were you were a comedian prior to this?
Yes, I did stand-up, a lot of improv, TV hosting, radio, and I basically wanted to start Cool Mom because I couldn't stand to be in a crappy comedy club away from my kids, but I wanted to create a platform, and I'm like, moms are isolated, we need to connect, but I didn't see the voice that I wanted
to connect to.
Yeah, I wanted something a little more edgy and a little funny and a little break, and I'm more video oriented, like you guys, it's like you don't want to, sometimes I don't want to read long blogs. Now I'm kind of more interested in it, but so I always think of myself as a reluctant vlogger because that kind of went along with creating this property. It's not what I'd originally envisioned, but it's fine.
Let me ask you, how has becoming a mom changed you as a woman?
Wow. I couldn't go to a stripper bar now because,
Oh, yes, you can.
No, I really couldn't because I could go to maybe a male stripper. No, because before when I was single and some guys want to go to a stripper, I'd be like, sure, whatever, get your rocks off. And now I did a video about this actually. I was like, now I'd be like, oh, what happened to that poor little girl? Who didn't treat her well?
I know, no, it's so true. I know you're like,
well,
she's
you
somebody's
become
daughter.
very conservative. Like, I feel like I used to be such a liberal, and now I'm like this very conservative mom. Like, oh my gosh, are my kids going to use drugs? Are they going to do that? No, they will.
Yeah,
but I'm just like, I'm worried about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Have you become more conservative? I mean, besides the stripper.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I don't think I'm more conservative. I'm still a big hairy liberal, but I shave, but I'm and metaphorically. But I will say that I don't let my kids watch iCarly, Zach and Cody,
Oh, I'm so liberal then. My kids
Wait,
watch
how
all
old
that.
are your how old are your children?
Almost 5, and then the little one's 16 months. So it's really my daughter.
Yeah,
I don't
well,
let her watch. And it's
16
just because
months is
I
a
think
little
they're
early
so
for iCarly.
sassy. They're sort of like, I don't mind her watching The Simpsons. Or Phineas and Ferb. I think that's smart humor. I think part of the reason I hate those shows is that they're so hack. They're such bad comedy, bad laugh track.
Okay, on iCarly, I actually
love
disagree.
iCarly.
I actually think iCarly is. Have you ever watched it?
It's tricky.
A little bit. But Zach and Cody, they're talking about making out. No, not for my
Okay,
5-year-old.
well, no, that's the only thing I have to
consider
say.
that sex education. Like, I don't have to do that. Now they know what making out is. You seriously?
No,
like,
it's
I don't have to have that. My kids are 8. That's not little.
8? That's too little. I agree.
You know what? That's too little in the world we live. But out there, your kids need to know about kissing.
No, not at 8 years old. They don't know
Do you
age
see your
about
mom and
kissing.
don't they see you kiss your husband?
You should do a whole thing
Wait,
about
do they
this.
not see you kiss your husband?
Not tongue. I'm
No,
not like
I wasn't
with my husband. Who's doing pickup?
Well, you see, we moms have a lot to talk about.
Exactly. You're going to have to check us out for further conversation.
Well, okay,
Are you
but-
going to come on our show?
I would love to.
Okay, perfect. I think we are good to go.
You know what? To talk about when should your children be exposed to kissing? There's our episode.
What about
Daphne's
just
our
sex?
guest.
Yeah, and Hannah.
Just-
When, at what
Yeah,
ages
right.
do your kids you start telling them about sex? They
Well, I
ask
always
me.
talk about it by, I mean, I will say the correct terms. I use that.
Yeah,
you
right.
know.
But my kids ask me, what is
But they don't
sex?
care.
And
They have no
all of a
interest.
sudden, I just tell them it's whether you're a man or a woman. That's your gender. But that's going thin. You're a female or male.
We're going
What's
off
your
course.
sex?
This is a big issue.
Yeah,
This is a
big issue.
You guys have
You
fun
want to
with
hear
that
about it,
thing.
though.
Okay, thank you, Daphne.
Thanks.
Okay, we have totally digressed into our mom world and sex education. But see, and actually, we would like any sponsors would like to have these conversations. No,
We'll talk to you.
nobody. So
I think we're coming back.
I think we're
right?
coming back, and we are having a really good time at the Digital Content New Fronts, hosted by MediaVest
Amazing
and
guests.
Digitas. Yes,
I mean,
and
Terry Hatcher was amazing. Love Lisa Kudrow.
ooh, there's some surprise coming up next.
Oh.
We don't know what it is.
We
so
don't know what the
stand
surprise
by
is.
And enjoy
Possibly,
the show.
Maybe Daphne's got a stripper in the back.
Yeah, she may. I don't know.
We're
so
a little
enjoy
worried.
the show,
Yeah.
and creators
Surprise.
out there, do your thing and put it online. And
This is a
and
real
sort of-
opportunity. Jen and I, we met in a Mommy and Me class and came up with an idea and just got off the bench. We weren't scared, and here we are. We can't even believe we're here.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. We've been on the most amazing journey, and you could be on that same
The
journey.
key is to do it and not talk about doing it.
Exactly. No
know.
procrastinating, although you could see that on, whose show was that? She's going to do the procrastinators. Amy
Brennan. Yeah,
Is that right? Brenneman, sorry. Sorry, Amy, I loved you. I thought you were amazing. I'm just really bad with names.
All right. Enjoy. We're gonna
Surprise
go
guest coming
enjoy
up. Don't
ourselves.
go away.
Bye.